Good morning from Redwoods National Park.
Hi from Redwoods National Park. We are at Jedediah Smith State Park, which is part of Redwoods National Park, and we are currently walking around the Stout Grove. So Redwood National Park is another big park, and it also includes Prairie Creek, Jedediah Smith, possibly Humboldt Redwood. So it covers a couple of state parks and the main park.
First up was Stout Grove, which was the shorter of the two hikes. This is a very short half-a-mile hike around the Redwood Grove. There were quite a lot of fallen trees here, which had obviously been there for quite a long time, because there were then other trees growing on top of them and around them, which was really cool if you've never seen that before, which we hadn't. We took a very short detour down to the river where people were, as the term we kept seeing in America was, recreating, which actually became a bit of a joke because it's not a word that we use in English, UK English. So Tom and I use the word recreating quite a lot, just take the piss out of each other the whole holiday, but it's a very common word that's used for basically like outdoor spaces in America, and enjoying those outdoor spaces is known as recreating. So there you go.
Okay, so it's now almost 6 p.m. and we decided to do another walk. So we're doing a 1.7 mile out and back to the Grove of the Titans, and it's quite pretty. There's lots of redwoods on the way up, a tiny bit of elevation gain just down there, and then we're gonna walk up to the Titan Grove, which hopefully isn't too far.
Yeah, so you can probably tell from my out-of-breath demeanour here, this is quite a steep hike, and the elevation's actually in the first half a mile, so hence my out-of-breathlessness.
Okay, we're walking the Grove of the Titans Trail in Redwoods National Park, which is in Jedediah Smith State Park, I think. All the state parks are interlinked in Redwood National Park. Grove of the Titans Trail is about 1.7 miles. It's an out and back, and it's got some elevation, so you might want to watch out for that.
This was actually one of our favourite hikes that we did in Redwoods National Park. In a couple of videos' time, you'll see that we did the Tall Trees Trail. That should be out in a couple of weeks, but that hike you have to get a pass for, and it can be a little bit of a rigmarole to get the pass and manage the gate, and you have to time when you get your tickets basically. With this hike there is limited parking, so it's quite difficult to get a car park space. If you come in the evening, there is nobody here and there is loads of car parking spaces, and if you miss out on your chance of doing Tall Trees, this is a very similar hike. It is much less steep, you'll see from my other video, but it is beautiful, and the Redwood Grove here is gorgeous.
Looks like we're going under a tree. Try not to bang my head. It should shouldn't be difficult because I am very small. This is probably the most part with the most undergrowth.
So I'm going to show you the map and where we went in Redwoods. So this map is pretty big. It is all in California. So let's start at the top because that is where we went the first day. So we drove down the 199 from Oregon. We actually stopped at the Yahushi Visitor Center and we tried to get some advice about where to go in Jedediah Smith. And the two hikes that I wanted to do, which are off this Howland Hill Road, there were two hikes there that we wanted to do. We were told that road was a total nightmare at the time when we arrived at the visitor centre. So we went off and went back up into Oregon and explored some of Oregon. And then we came back down in the evening and we drove down here and we did the two hikes, which were somewhere in the middle of here. So we did those on the first day. Goodbye from Redwoods National Park.